You cannot fail if you don't give up. The only way for you to fail, to let yourself down, to not achieve your goals is by giving up. So if you don't give up, you can't fail. At least not in my mind. Because in my mind, failing is about giving up and not even trying. Because just trying, just giving it your all is already an accomplishment, already an achievement. If you don't achieve the goal you have set out for yourself, then at least be happy that you actually tried your best, and then realize that maybe it isn't for you, and then you change path, but try with everything you have. There's a saying many people always use, is that if you never try, you never fail. Well, that is not true, because not trying is already in itself failing. Because if you never try, you cannot succeed, and that means in itself that you do not succeed, and that means that you fail. Especially if you have big goals, big ambitions, are ambitious like me, then not trying is failing. But if you want to be average, if you want to live an average life, not having any goals, not having any drive, not any purpose, any mission in this life, sure, not trying, that may not be failing for you. But if you're on this channel, if you're here listening to this, you have big goals, you have big dreams, so you need to try. You need to give it your all. In my mind, there is no failing. I cannot comprehend me not succeeding in the future with what I try to do. That's the amount of self-belief I have. Sure, I may not be perfect every single day in my routine. I may not perform it to perfection. I may slip up on some days. I may get into ruts. I may fall down by 10 steps. But I regain myself with 15. That's just how it is. My life is a constant improvement. I will never and never stop improving. The only time I will do that is if I'm dead or I'm basically not able to do it because of some disability. But those two possibilities are things that you don't have in your everyday life. So for me, my life will be a constant improvement. I'm a constant learner. I'm a lifelong learner. I will keep on reading. I will keep on improving. Because if you don't improve, if you don't change, if you don't adapt, you will get left behind. The people who adapted, they had a chance of surviving. If humanity, if human DNA wouldn't have tried something, tried to change some part of it to see if it could adapt better, then we wouldn't probably be here, because everyone would have died out. Because of trying to adapt, because of trying, we are here today. If you don't ever try, you won't know what is possible. If I never quit, I will never fail. Life may set obstacles in my way. Life may throw whatever it wants at me, but I will never stop. I will keep on striving for what I want, for the goals I want, for the life I want, for the body I want, whatever. But I will have it in my mind constantly. And if I don't strive for that, if I don't try my best, that is just a pain in my brain. And that's also what happens when you are not living in congruence with your identity you want to be like, your dream identity, your vision. You get pain, physical and emotional pain, and that's why you need to live in congruence with what you want to do, the habit you want to do, the life you want to live. Another famous saying that goes that everyone is a loser, but the winners just tried once more, or 2 times more, or 3 times more, or 100 times more. But the difference between the winner and the loser is that the winner never quit. If you are a fighter and you are in a fight and then they knock you out or they beat you, what do? Well, obviously you start training back again and again to not let that happen again. That means that you got beat, sure, that one time, but you never were defeated. You're only defeated when you quit. If you quit after a good life, after a long life, after actually have trying everything, because your body can't do it anymore because of you becoming older and such, then that's fine, because you have actually tried, you actually done everything. That's out of your control. But doing the things that are in your control, that's on you, that's your responsibility, and that's what is success. There's another saying which goes, close but no cigar. So if you play football but you miss the goalpost by 1 centimeter, that means that you didn't score. Then many people say that, oh, close but no cigar, because you didn't score, so that doesn't matter really. Sure, but if you keep on trying, you eventually will score. This can go for both ways, because it means not this time, but next time. But it also means that if someone says, oh, well, it was almost, close but no cigar basically encaptures perfectionism and becoming better, trying to get better, to do better. And that is also an important part of the process, but you shouldn't get stuck trying to perfect it to the maximum capacity, because you need to get going, get that momentum, let the compound effect do its work, because that is one of the strongest possible laws in nature, the compound effect, just working over 1,000 years, 100 years, but the longer it goes, the stronger it gets. Try to visualize you failing, because visualization is a really important exercise for you to get used to being that person that actually achieves the things, to get that identity. But you shouldn't just visualize the perfect day, the perfect routine, the perfect body, whatever. You should also visualize the obstacles and how you overcome those obstacles. But if I try to visualize me failing, I just can't, because there's always some way I overcome those obstacles, because I just can't fail in that sense. Sure, some average person may say that, oh well, you failed, you didn't reach your goal. Well, at least I tried, and I'm gonna keep on trying. Sure, I may have set really ambitious goals, which you didn't do, but I didn't achieve them. At least I tried. At least I lived with purpose. At least I tried my best. Because as a true saying also goes, that the journey is the reward. That is really true for many things, because as a human, we live the best when we have a purpose, when we have a mission we are striving to achieve. That's when we live best, when we feel the best. And that's why the journey, the process, is actually the best feeling. When you actually achieve the thing, sure, but you just set another goal. So trying to get something, chasing something, is really fun, and it's also really good for you. So that's why trust the process and never quit, because if you never quit, you truly cannot ever fail. If you put enough reps in, that means that luck may come to you. As the saying goes, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So you basically create your own luck. That's how luck works. You create it, and the people who are more prepared, who have tried many more times, are the ones who actually achieve better things, achieve more things, who actually get more luck.